So, as Sierra Leone's fuel shortage continues to bite, taxi drivers in the capital, Freetown, are increasingly turning to the black market for petrol. The crippling economic situation is one of the many issues facing the country. Yet, there have also been a lot of positives this year. To understand more what 2022 has been like for Sierra Leone and Freetown in particular, I'm joined by the Mayor of Freetown, Yvonne Aki-Sawyerr. Good morning and welcome to Newsday. Let's talk about Freetown, a mixed bag it seems. How would you describe the year that has been?
Good morning. Good to be here. I think it's going to be important for me to start on that positive. This year was the 230th year of Freetown's existence. So we had a fantastic week-long celebration, which brought the city to life, brought people from all economic and ethnic backgrounds together in parades, in symposiums, in shows. So that was definitely a moment of positivity and of showing that Freetown is a melting pot where the whole country really has come together, and also highlighting our rich history in terms of the start of it by returned slaves from Nova Scotia. But beyond that, of course, there have been other challenges and other positives. Sticking on the positives, we've been a little bit of a light in the climate space with us winning the Bloomberg Mayor's Challenge for Freetown, the Tree Town, our innovative tree planting project, developing our climate action plan, making progress on getting a cable car, which will drastically improve transport, economic productivity, and health, and is part of our climate action plan. But the negatives, the challenges definitely have been there. This has been a year of a huge increase in fuel costs. We've seen fuel costs rise around the world, but we've also seen them drop around the world. We haven't seen them drop in Freetown, and that's really biting. The cost of electricity has gone up significantly as well, 3 times. And so from an operational perspective, as a city mayor, it's really cut into our available finances for service delivery.
It's very surprising to hear you being so sanguine. You're currently on bail and going through what has been described as a fake criminal court case, and there are national elections in 6 months. What's the reason for your optimism?
People often say, Sierra Leone is a country of resilient people. We've been through, even our Freetown's history shows that resilience. Returned slaves determined to make a new home for themselves in Africa. And then we've been through a civil war. And after that, we've gone through 3 democratic elections, and it's remained peaceful. And I believe that the Sierra Leonean people, in spite of the challenges, you're right, I am in court. I also was falsely accused on national television and radio of being an instigator of the August 10 demonstrations, which I certainly was not. So yes, it's been challenging on that level. In addition to the court, there's been the ACC, there's been the parliamentary audit, special audit, and so on. But I know that Sierra Leoneans, when the rubber hits the road, they are people who do believe in their freedoms, and do believe that even with the challenges, we can come through this. Elections in just under 6 months from now. And one of the most challenging aspects of that is a decision by the government to change the electoral system from first past the post to a proportional representation. And that's challenging because it's argued by pretty much everyone, and certainly by our party, that is unconstitutional. That the conditions for a PR system, which is effectively what was used just after the war, the conditions of not having constituencies no longer exist. We have constituencies, so we shouldn't be making such a major change so close to an election. But even with that change, I think perhaps one of the most disturbing pieces for me as a city mayor is the fact that it is being used, or it is dependent on a census, which was done in 2021, a census whose results claim that Freetown's population has decreased by 42.5%. This is a city bursting at the seams. It is literally overflowing with people.
So
We have
you
seen our
think that
population
the government
grow,
is trying to
not
manipulate
reduce.
the numbers in order to affect the elections? But just talking about that, what are the issues that are uppermost in the minds of people as they prepare to vote? You talked about fuel prices. We talked about the positives, how the country has made strides in education, but that there are some difficulties. What will people be voting for going into the new year?
I think the economy, the level of unemployment is skyrocketing. I've just explained that even at an operational level for a city, we've seen our fuel costs and our electricity costs literally prevent us from delivering services. And that translates to real hardship. People are skipping meals. I mean, there was a WFP report recently that showed that the level of poverty has increased. So people are going to be concerned about the economy, that the currency is depreciating rapidly. These are the things uppermost on people's minds. Their bread and butter. What can they eat? Where can they get jobs? What happens to the young people when they leave university? These are the things that are going to be driving people's decisions come June 2023.
Thank you so very much for talking to us, the Mayor of Freetown, Yvonne Aki-Sawyerr.